What up? What up? Happy Good Saturday. What's up, Kimbo? All right. Okay. Did y'all hear about DMX, man? It's a shame. What's up, Loki? Yeah, I grew up on some DMX, man. Well, as a young adult, not like as a child, but sad to hear it. What up, Blue Sticks? We're gonna get it in tonight. I'm gonna give it a minute for some more folks to show up, and then we're gonna dig in. What it do, Mitchell Black? Picked up some old clear coat today. People really underestimate a good clear coat when you're doing a rattle can job, okay? If you're doing a rattle can job, clear coat, cook it on, boom. I know my rights. You can't arrest me, Asifa. Oh, let's make it dark. All right. Where my mods at? Yeah, DMX had a heart attack. Yeah, no, he didn't die. I mean, he's essentially on life support from what I've seen. And then it was reported that he was taken off of life support. And then they came back and said, oh, my bad. He wasn't taken off of life support. What's up, Michael? I plead the fifth. And then there was X. And then there was X was good. But, bro, It's Dark and Hell is Hot is like really tough to beat. You can't fight that. You know DMX stands for Dark Man X. So I got, a little connection with it. You heard Joe Rogan died. I hear Joe Rogan died every time I stream. Guys, I fear that I've made a grave mistake. And my grave mistake is that I did not create time in my schedule today to go get juice for the old robot dick nicotine machine. So that is all I got to get me through Easter. I'm getting messages from my wife to go do chores and shit. Okay. Found an interesting quote. And I know that we have it's the people's job to enforce the Constitution. It's the government's job to imply it. So check this out. Now I know there's a little bit of a lag, at least a 15-second delay on the comments. But I'm gonna read this, and then I want to see what your response is. Okay, tell me how it resonates with you. Okay. Only a virtuous people are capable of freedom. As nations become corrupt and vicious, they have more need of masters. That's Benjamin Franklin. Now think about this real quick. I'll read it again. Only a virtuous people are capable of freedom. As nations become corrupt and vicious, they have more need of masters. It's going to be a while, Michael. It will be released, and that was one of the things that we had discussed. No matter what, it will still be released, and there'll be essentially 10 items. Out of the 10 items, all 10 of them will be between 5,000 and almost 10,000 meters per second. Can't stop the signal. So people must be virtuous to be even capable of freedom. The nation, as it becomes more corrupt and vicious, the people will be in more need of masters. I see that that is literally where we are right now. Kimball said our society has become too perverted and degenerate to be virtuous. And then what do you see peeking around at every single corner? Our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other. John Adams, damn. Yeah, we're the last 1,120 people that are virtuous. No, honestly, I believe a lot of us are out there, and I don't know. I don't know. I think that there's that old saying, "The squeaky wheel gets the grease." I think what's true is if you're at a party and the music is blasting, it's hard to hear those like little, noises here and there that are vital, right? Well, let's give this example. Let's say you're in your car, okay? You're driving, and you got the music cranking. Let's say you're cranking some DMX, okay? If kids still do that nowadays, because somebody told me if you're talking about the '90s to kids, like, oh, back in the '90s, blah blah blah. That's like when we were kids, and people were like, oh, the '60s, blah blah blah. Man, that hit me. I was like, oh my god, it's the same shit. It's the same amount of time. So when my uncle and my parents and like all these people are like, oh, the '60s were crazy, I was like, psh, yeah, whatever, bro. Like the '60s were stupid. And then now I'm sitting here in the 2020s, like, man, the '90s, you don't know about that, young buck. And now, yeah, it's the same thing. We're all boomers. Okay, Goy. Good intentions will always be pleaded for every assumption of authority. It is hardly too strong to say that the Constitution was made to guard the people against the dangers of good intentions. There are men in all ages who mean to govern well, but they mean to govern. They promise to be good masters, but they mean to be masters. Daniel Webster. Yeah, I saw a similar quote. I first saw the Constitution of the United States in a foreign country. I read it with great satisfaction, as the result of good heads prompted by good hearts. I have repeatedly laid myself under the most serious obligations to support the Constitution. What other form of government, indeed, can so well deserve our esteem and love? John Adams. Where have we gone? As the Anti Federalists said, the Constitution was a coup by the aristocratic combination. Interesting. Road to hell is paved with good intentions. Yeah. Excuse me, guys. I'm burping and hiccuping. I am committed to the Constitution of the country, and I am committed against everything which, in my judgment, may weaken, endanger, or destroy it, and especially against all extension of executive power. And I am committed against any attempt to rule the free people of this country by the power and the patronage of the government itself. Bro, chills. Okay, let me first start off by saying this. I'm reading a historical document, okay? There will likely be times that by me reading this historical document, People may become triggered. People may become upset. People may become bothered by the current situation that we're in. I just need everyone to know that by me reading this document, um, there's zero calls to action. I am against violence unless it's an absolute necessity to live. Um, and I will always, always, and I always do, will always stand by what I say, which is we need to live through care, compassion, love, contribution. Damn, bro. And always contributing to others. That's the most important thing. So, Goy, all these quotes were from Freemasons and politicians. They truly gave us freedom, knowing we were too weak to hold on to it. America was a king killer. Thank you, Goy. That's interesting. Bacon, 308, thank you. Gentlemen, I have arrived. Let the sin begin. I guess reading the Constitution is considered a sin nowadays. Shit, I may have a little surprise for you guys. Hang on. I may have to change the name from Darkstream to something else. Hang tight for one moment. Oh, while I do this too, I want to let you guys know that I got an email today from a YouTube channel called Ham Radio Testing. And it's a guy who has literally done an entire YouTube channel that is every possible course, study, and document, and question for passing your ham radio test. And I responded to him and was like, what's up, Raul? And I was like, Brightstream. Opaque stream. The written word is a graven image. Changed my mind. Right, hold on. I may be able to get them on the stream. Hang tight for 1 second. What the hell? There we go. All right, hold on for 1 second, guys. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I got somebody popping in for a minute, which is helpful. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Oh my God! In-laws
You
in
came on
town.
at the right time because I have to step away for 2 minutes. We are literally reading the Constitution.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. Hold on for
All right,
1
you
second.
step away, and I'm gonna hurt these people's ears. Well, gentlemen and lady in the crowd, giving y'all heads up. I want to do a talk on ancient Sumeria, where all religions and all mythology ends up coming from. Um, and nobody likes to talk about that. That's the first written language, the first civilization, as far as that we are aware of in modern times. There's a couple other civilizations out there that they're not really talking about too much, but they're pretty much on the same level as ancient Sumeria. But this is where all the biblical stories come from. Native Americans, Greek, Athenian, Chinese, you name any type of culture throughout the world. This is where all of the mythology and religious text and explanations on like flood stories and stuff like that come from. And it reads like a science fiction novel. Something like who's the guy who invented Scientology? Yeah, that guy. Well, it reads like something that he would have written, and we were supposed to do this this week, and even today, different stories, different subjects, and I've been busy with my family. I've been busy with my son, trying to do everything I can to help, plug a hole in the dam, to be able to make sure that I can get him on the right path and help him out the way he needs to be helped. And then also family from out of state came into town. So there's a whole bunch of things at play with me right now, and I'm just really busy. I just got home from, couple hour drive this way and then coming back. I'm really tired. Other than that, Dark has been doing a hell of a job keeping everything moving forward, and we're trying to figure out a new name for the channel. And it's hard to think of one because DLD was supposed to be a throwaway name where once we got to a certain point and Doug left, it was over. But we want to recreate this channel and bring it to a different level, and possibly still keep this message going with independent self-sufficiency and bringing some good ass guests on here. So we're trying to figure out a new name, and it's kind of hard because we had something catchy in the beginning and we weren't planning on changing or doing anything. So
I mean, really, it was just our names.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So now it's like we actually have to think of a name for a channel where it's not too long and it's not too short and all that other stuff. So
And I'd love it to still be DLD. I would love y'all's suggestions as well, recommendations.
dong licking douchebags.
Let's do it, bro.
I'm saying DLD, baby.
Oh yeah.
So no, we're trying to figure shit out, and I haven't been a part of this that often, and I'm dealing with my own family stuff, and it is what it is. So I have to focus on my family before I can focus on helping any of y'all fuckers out there. So definitely want to be able to bring more content and stuff to be able to help people, but if I have something I'm dealing with, or Dark has something he's dealing with his family, and he needs to take time off, it's our family. We have to help them out before we can help out others. You can't if you don't love yourself, how can you love others? If you don't help yourself, how can you help others? So this is one of the things that we really want you guys to understand out there.
Bro, how crazy is that? That is literally the exact name that I said.
Oh, Dark Light After Dark?
That is crazy. Did you hear me say that, John Rice? Or did you literally just spout that out? Okay, let me go back through and read some of these recommendations.
You know what? I like that. Dark Light After Dark.
Independence. DLDO, so dildo.
Hey, all my dildos out there. You want to be called dildos? Curious?
Blue dildos. Blue Kimley dildos. Dark Light Force. Escaping the Talmud. The Talmud. Unbeatable Antifash said, dudes, I can be a guest / co-host. My handle is Donnie, and DLD can continue. Dank like dark. Dank like dark. Maybe Dank Light Dark is what you meant. The Dark Light Dirties. Dark Light After Dark. DLD After Dark. So DLD After Dark is kind of dope. Are you still there, brother? Light, did I lose you? Broski. There we go. I lost you for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh, I just saw Winter Scout. What happened to DMX? My favorite crack smoking rapper of all time. Apparently, he had a heart attack from overdose, either smoking crack or snorting cocaine, and that's what I've been hearing. Yeah. No more stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Now it's stop, drop, hold on to your heart, and call the ambulance.
Yeah, I made a joke apparently way too early. Download deputies. That's great. That's Aaron Merritt. That was good, in good taste. So when my wife told me about DMX, I was like, "Do you think it's because he didn't ride?" Remember, because he always said "ride or die."
Yeah. Or he might have had dirt on the Clintons.
Ooh, that's true.
Ooh.
Escape from the Small Hats. Dark Space Force, Pillow Biters. Ugh. Dark Light
Ooh.
US-88. We went dark. Safe Space Soy Boys. Honestly, I do like either DLD After Dark. I didn't consider that because After Dark is like kind of like a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty dope. Dark Light After Dark or DLD After Dark. Dark Light Demonetized.
Oh, I see that happening.
Yes, we're already there, bro. You know how many yellow dollar signs we got on our shit? Like it's that's why everybody's like, why are you monetized? It's like, really, there's no purpose to monetize.
Detective John Kimball, do you really have evidence that he didn't want to share his crack with Hunter Biden, so he's tried to suicide him? Is that the truth?
Cite your source. Bacon. I think you won.
Darklight Darkstream.
Darklight demonetized.
Bacon also send out Darklight Darkstream.
Darklight Darkstream. Something about After Dark is like the sign of like a new beginning. Number one, because actually After Dark, when the sun rises, or the fact that we actually stream like in the evening after dark, it was on his laptop.
What about dark light damn?
I think we should do DLD After Dark, especially because right now YouTube is going through looking for shit with the name Dugan Ashley on it, and they're torching it. Pacone sent me some screenshots of some shit from YouTube. Within that same 24 hours, what's up, Fairchild? Within that same 24 hours, I got an email from YouTube citing explicit content, and they demonetized the video. Which, I mean, that's
Walter P380 said, "Did you already say light after dark, lad?
Light after dark.
What up, lads?
Lad."
Think about it, lads. Light after dark. Lads.
Oh,
that would be easy. Instead of DLDers, if we change the whole chem stick or blue chems or whatever, LAD, lads. What up, lads?
I'm not against it. There's just something special about being able to keep DLD for some reason.
No, I agree with you.
That would be
left the darkness.
Yeah. His other one was Download Detectives, and there's another
John
one.
Wright says DLD After Dark sounds best.
Yeah, I like DLD After Dark.
I like it also.
Lubavitch Degenerates. Dark Light Discussion. Chem Lights After Dark.
CLAD. Clad. Ooh, Clad.
CLAD. Oh, Chem Lights After Dark. Dark, a light debauchery. Dark Light Discord. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many options, man. We just wanted to throw it out there. We don't, necessarily want to make a decision right now. And even though like we're at risk right now of just having Dugan Ashley's name like on all those old videos, I didn't want to change it without like us talking and you and I being able to chat, because I wanted to give you space while you're doing your thing with your family. And, we
Yeah.
always said that real life takes precedence over this shit always. So,
Yep. And I've been dealing with a lot of crap with my son and my family, and I'm trying to get things on the right path. And I can't get to be able to try to help or reach out to people or guests or even make new content to be able to bring to everybody to be able to help them out with their potential future if my shit is fucking falling down around me. And everybody has to focus on themselves first, and then their family and their friends secondary. Because if you're not focused on yourself, you can't help your friends or your family. And you have to take these steps and move forward. And deep throat loving dingalings.
my
Okay.
dingling feds are I'm living in the Twilight Zone. The real Slim Dark.
The real slim dark on the Eminem hoodie.
It's just cold in my basement, bro. My gun room is like chilly. And yes, I need a whole room for my guns. I'm making a Gachimuchi reference. You lost me there. The mother lioness must eat before her cubs, for the best chance of the cubs living is a strong mother lioness. True that. Is this
I
the
don't
fuck?
identify as a mother lioness. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know him, he, thee, they. I'm Cliff, aka Light. You know, I identify as a
Neutral,
man.
a neutral observation. That sounds like a very familiar comment. You didn't perhaps use some type of system to put together your name, did you? Like 3 of them?
Yo, 5 o'clock free crack giveaway. That was from the Chappelle show.
Was it?
Yeah, that's how they got freaking. I can't remember the crackhead Dave Chappelle portrayed on there to be able to get him in there, and he's like, "No, Donna, I didn't try to
Yeah,
sell your house."
it's him. It's him. He just said, "Where's Dugan?" So you know it's him. One Bubba with Ruger 1022 with BX 25 mags versus one adult lioness.
I'll take the Bubba. I'll take the Bubba.
Yeah, shot placement.
Tyrone
Tyrone
Biggums,
Biggums.
thank you, thank you,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you. I was talking.
yeah.
I was listening to the intro song. Please, if somebody knows, which I personally do know, the intro song to Chappelle Show, it was just a beat, but it was made
Man,
by a certain hip hop group,
it
and it was called Hip
was the
Hop.
Roots, right?
No,
Oh no,
no,
that's Dead Prez.
yes,
It's Hip Hop by Dead Prez. So
hip
that was what he
hop.
walked out to.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. That's
yeah.
one of my
That's a
favorite beats right
classic,
there.
man.
We were
You
listening
know,
that coming back from Clearwater, and my mother-in-law, who is black New York lesbian, she's like, yo, Cliff, what's that damn song? What's that song?" I'm like, "Yo, that's Dead Prez, hip hop." She's like, "Oh shit, I need to put that on my phone right now." I'm like, "Damn straight."
you need to rock
Gorillas,
some
gorillas.
Jedi mind tricks, some Vinny Paz, some
Oh yeah, Immortal
Chief
Technique.
Kamach.
Yo,
Um,
Gorillas. One song I haven't heard until literally today was "Dead Butterflies," and she was freaking like straight up down to clown. She was like, "I want to know who the hell that was." Also, so Gorillas, "Dead Butterflies." Just giving y'all heads up. It's fucking like lo-fi chill hop, but that shit hits hard. And another group that I do like is Run the Jewels. Just
mm,
giving y'all heads up. I like old school country, like old school country, old rock and roll, like alternative grunge. I love hip hop in all generations until we got past like 2010. And yeah. they can all go fuck themselves after that point.
No, I did not listen to ICP. However, I did listen to Twisted.
I did listen to ICP, certain songs.
Oh.
No, certain songs. I was not a ICP like aficionado or fan. I'll put it like this: I hated Eminem. I respected his lyrics in high
What?
school, but I could not stand Eminem because baby mama, mama problems, this and that. He was always bitching and crying about fucking white people shit. And I'm like, fuck this shit, man. I'm
Man,
already dealing with it. I don't need to hear it.
Dead Butterflies was a name hinting at the dead, mind-controlled hookers from Project Monarch.
Are you fucking with me? Is that literally what the Gorilla's Dead Butterflies is referencing? Because I didn't look into anything on that. Tech TI, I will give you a heads up. I don't think Eminem is overrated. I just didn't care for a lot of his shit in the beginning. I like some of his poppy shit, but him going straight up hardcore on his bars, he's legitimate on that shit. I just couldn't stand the I want to kill my mom and my baby mama and all that other stupid shit. That was every fucking album, like 4 albums deep. I'm over it.
All right, we got to get back. Are you going to stick around for the Constitution?
Actually, I'm actually going to let y'all go from here. I told you, Dark, I can only be on for a couple of minutes. I managed to get everybody occupied, and now I have to go back inside to fuck around with fucking family and shit. So, if somebody has a legitimate question for me that they think that I can answer, hit me back up. Say, hey, pop back into the stream. Or if you want to bring me on because you think I can add something to a specific subject, let me know. I can be on for maybe 2 or 5 minutes here or there throughout the night. Just give me a shout. I'm not worried about it. I just can't spend the whole time right now.
Man, Loki was pumped about that Ancient Sumerian stream, man.
Loki, dude, I'm telling you right now. Oh, I am so sorry, dude, for real, because I am like a big advocate on ancient history, ancient technology, religion, stories, stuff of that nature. And Ancient Sumeria reads like freaking sci-fi when you read it. They talk about a group of entities came from the stars, came down here, manipulated man or whatever was here in the form of man, and had them mining gold in Africa. And there are million-year-old gold mining tunnels and stuff like that. And what do you call them? Mining tunnels in Africa that, not even bullshitting you, millions of years old, and they were saying that we need this gold to be able to atomize into our atmosphere to be able to stop global warming or some type of climate change. I mean, they were talking about things in genetic
Bless
manipulation
you.
before we even understood anything about this. This is the first written language. And Hercules, Jesus, Moses, Noah, you name some biblical entity out of the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, from Buddhism, any of the Tibetan monks, any religion, even like Teotihuacan in Mexico, the Olmecs, you name any old school, hardcore, back in the day religion, even Native Americans, they were still, the stories they passed down were the same exact stories that came from ancient Samaria. So
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. And
And we'll
most
take,
people, they,
just real quick, we'll take call-ins too.
oh, yes.
He said, bro, you're going to blue ball me now. So we'll take call-ins too. So I'll throw a number out there like we did last time. So we did call-in. We had a lot of the guys send pictures of their guns, and I showed them like on stream. Like we basically did like show and tell. It was pretty dope. I got these cheeseburgers, man. That's funny. Yeah, so a bunch of people are down for that. I think we may even be able to get Shell Not back in here for that. I've been missing having him around too.
Heck yeah. Well, gentlemen, Dark, love y'all. And I want to say, let's shoot for Tuesday for Ancient Samaria. And before we start the Ancient Samaria, or Ancient Sumerian, Ancient Sumer, whatever you want to call it, please, some of y'all just do a little bit of research. I mean, watch a YouTube video on that. I don't care. Just kind of into it a little bit so you're not coming into this blindly saying, "Oh, you're bullshitting. You're one of these ancient aliens." Aliens. No, I'm not one of those fucking people. But I sure as hell will have to say, why is it the first written human language that we know of in ancient human civilization talks about star beings coming down and manipulating man and modifying them and doing oh, all these other things, and how every religion and every backstory from every country reflects upon the first written language in the first civilization. It's very weird. So I would love to have that discussion with y'all. Let's do this shit Tuesday, same time. And for real, love all y'all.
Are you sure you want to shoot for Tuesday? Because if we say Tuesday,
How about
when
okay? How about we shoot for Thursday just to make it safe? Because I'm pretty sure my mother-in-law is still going to be in town on Tuesday. Let's shoot for Thursday. Yeah, you're right, Dark. Because I don't want to shoot myself in the foot and set up a date in front of everybody. At least Thursday, I'm pretty sure I and have enough time to be able to distance myself. And if I have to go to my local ATF freaking headquarters and use their Wi-Fi, I mean Starbucks. No, for real. Let's shoot for Thursday. So Dark, let's say Thursday. Thank you for saying that because I still have my family in town, maybe for another week. Um, so I can't guarantee what Tuesday is going to be, but Thursday at
well
least
then
have
let's
enough
do this
time to
then.
plan.
Let's not commit to a day yet. We'll put it out. I'll put a video out. I'll hit up Discord, Keybase. I'll blast it out there. That way you can have time to figure out like what day your family's leaving or like when you're definitely gonna have time.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if I tell everybody right now Thursday, I can guarantee I can have Thursday
Okay,
because I have enough
100% Thursday.
100%. I know I can push off everything or have time because my kids are in bed. I don't have to worry about anything at that point. And if they want to have a bonfire, guess what? I'll set up the bonfire. They can be out there and I'll be in the Florida room.
Word. All right, cool. So y'all hear that? So Light is guaranteeing a 100% commitment for this coming up Thursday, 9:30
Yes.
Eastern, for
Yep.
ancient Sumeria and ancient history, religion, all that jazz.
Heck yeah. And one thing I'll give y'all heads up, I love Doug and love the history and the backstory he's given on a lot of things with Judaism, Christianity, and maybe a little bit of Islam here and there. And I've asked him and I've talked to him personally over the phone and asked him if he knew anything about ancient Sumeria. And he wasn't aware of any of that. And this is one of the things that has always caught my eye because how is it something 2,500 to 5,000 years before this religion came about, or anything documented from this religion? How is it all these stories were already pre-written from another civilization and another religion, and then it got all canonized into three separate religions for a majority of the stuff, and every other religion around the world, or creation story, you name it. It's just very weird and very awkward, but I do feel the same things that he was talking about legitimate. I'm not going to knock that. But at the same time, I think that there's more of a veil to be able to pull out the way, and we're not going to find a old white man behind a curtain, in the Wizard of Oz. But I sure as hell think that people need to open their eyes and look a little bit deeper, because it has been said from throughout history, if you forget history or if you wash it away, you're doomed to repeat it. So, and this is one of the most ancient sayings in history, is literally that saying. It's kind of awkward, but there's a lot of things that people forget, and I think we have been great from time to time and had massive civilizations from time to time on this earth. And what does it take to wipe out a massive civilization? Time, weather, erosion, and natural occurrences with weather and geological change. So there's a lot of different things out there, and don't want to go into the alien side or anything, but definitely want to let y'all know this world is bigger and older than what we all think. So I love all y'all.
Hell yeah.
Deuces. Dark. Love you, brother.
Peace, brother.
All right. Hey, if you guys need me to jump in on anything because you actually have legitimate something that you think I might be able to answer, feel free, and Dark will hit me up. Oh, dude, that out of date manuscript right there that they're
I
rewriting.
know. It's so out of
Ah,
date. It's so
you
out of
don't
date.
have you don't have version 3.0?
Yeah, version 3.0 is what's being passed out in public schools right now.
You don't have the King Biden version, like the
Oh,
King James
oh,
version.
oh, that stings. Don't say that. All right, brother.
So, all right. If anything, hit me up, and I will peel off another 5 minutes of time to be able to hang out with y'all, gentlemen. But Thursday, we're going to shoot for that, and I'll be ready, willing, and able. And please, gentlemen, look into it for real. Watch a 5 minute, 10 minute, or watch one of these hour-long freaking videos. I don't give a fuck. Please look into it so you're not walking into this saying, "Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit." Just look into it a little bit. That's all I ask, because you're gonna open up your eyes and be like, "The fuck? There's no way." Just saying. Love y'all. Deuces. Mwah.
Peace, brother. Take it easy. All right. Word. Oh, Big Tex Outdoors sends a copy of the Pocket Constitution for every single order. Damn, that's what's up, man. I had no idea. Okay, so let me get back to a couple things. Okay, so we in America do not have government by the majority. We have government by the majority who participate. All tyranny needs to gain a foothold is for people of good conscience to remain silent. So that's similar to the quote that you hear that was by Thomas Jefferson. That's similar to the quote that you hear, like all evil needs to prevail is for good men to do nothing, right? Another one here that I resonated with, I think it was this one. Oh shit! Hold on one second. All right, my bad, my bad. Okay. So I'm just catching up. What's up, Karmas? Had to get a new coil. Signal like Quantico. Hey, I said I'll be right back. Wifey dropped something and fucking busted all over the place. Hold up. Oh, I guess a bunch of people are texting me. Y'all didn't hear me say be right back? Come on now. All right, my bad. Okay. Dude, hey, we're going to do, I mean, literally, it's going to be like a 3-hour stream on exactly what you want, Loki. Okay. I know of no safe depositor of the ultimate powers of society but the people themselves. And if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome discretion, freedom of choice, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their discretion by education. This is the true corrective of abuses of constitutional power. That was Thomas Jefferson. It's crazy. All right, so let's get into a few things here. Okay, so every time you talk to people and they, you hear people like say, "Oh, I'm a constitutionalist," right? And I've been hearing that, like, especially more so in the last year. And the funny thing is that what two amendments do you always hear people discuss? Always. I know there's a delay in chat, but you always hear people talk about the First Amendment and the Second Amendment. That's it, right? Why do you think that is? Free speech and guns. That's it. So the reason you constantly hear about that is because motherfuckers don't know shit past those first two amendments. That's it. So I think the most important thing is for us to study it together. And yeah, I would agree they are the most important, the First and the Second Amendment, and how they're, you know, like reciprocal, I think would be the word. But one of the things that like kind of pushed me to focus on this was Matt, book club. Matt, when he sent the blades out, he sent a pocket constitution. And I don't know if you all have seen, like, you can go watch, you know, these hour-long videos of, you know, literally a word-for-word breakdown of the Constitution. You can study it, you can look it up and all that. But actually, like, reading it and then discussing it together, I think there's a lot of value in that. Hey, Dark, the Black community preaches about the Fifth Amendment. Ask me how I know. Yeah, I plead the Fifth. And the Fourth Amendment. So actually, you know what? Let's talk about the Fourth Amendment. Actually, fuck that. Let's just go from the third and go beyond that. Okay. So Amendment 3, no soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Never forget, the Second Amendment protects all the other amendments. Clearly, the First Amendment has been almost destroyed. Second Amendment is always under attack. Not hard to figure out why. Of course. I mean, look at every single other country, and what do you think has, you know, protected us? Protected us. Obviously, we're all, you know, down low slaves. The fact that this country has a constitution is what has kept us from completely melting down. If you look at every single other country, they're openly enslaved. We're at least slaves on the down low, slaves by choice, by desire. So I'll read it again, and I want to hear what y'all's thoughts are on it. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. So the military, even law enforcement or, any type of armed power cannot just run up in your house and, use it for quartering or boarding and debt slaves, and, take advantage of think of the movie like Fury, right? They literally commandeered a home and ate and bathed and all that shit. So the Fourth Amendment, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. That shit, convenient slavery, Man, just the right to travel, the right to hold up, man. Why are y'all blowing me up while I'm streaming? Come on, man. Ironically, Fort Sky Dungeon with a door that is reinforced and opens outward is probably the one place soldiers would want, given it has the best sniper position on the block. In other countries, they are open slaves. In our country, they have to convince us to enslave ourselves. Absolutely. They've already submitted a bill to violate the Fourth Amendment for police to search without warrants. Absolutely. I mean, look at extreme risk protection. Look at, red flag laws, whatever. The fact that, the president that was going to save the second sat there and said, take the guns. What did he say? Take the guns. You all know the quote. Let me see who gets it first. Take the guns first, due process later. Where? Hold up. Yep. That's crazy. There are literally people dying. So think of it like this. You're in the crib and, you're at home and you hear, boom, door opens up, no knock. What is the first thing that you're going to do? What is the first thing that you're going to grab? And what your thoughts are racing, your adrenaline's pumped, it's literally a recipe for disaster. Now, if the second is trampled on the way that I think it would be, the thing. I don't think we're going to be looking at door-to-door confiscation. That's not scalable. And I know I've mentioned this before, but it's not scalable. Aaron, do I need to point you back to the comment that you made where you said, this is the last comment that I'm going to make? I'm just saying. It's all good. Integrity is doing what you said you were going to do, but I'm not going to bust your chops anymore over that. The fact that you're here is good. I'm not hating. Okay, so Amendment 5. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces, or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Damn, bro, we should literally do like an entire, and this is verbatim, literally line by line, every single punctuation, capital letter, everything is broken down as the exact Constitution. And do you guys find value in this? No, let's be nice. Let's be nice. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. Honestly, like he's just like us, man. He's one of us. Okay. Amendment 6. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witness against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. I carry one in my pocket, so yeah, I think it is valuable. So after reading that, how does civil forfeiture fit in? Civil forfeiture. I was born in the 90s into a fucked up world with no real chance of real freedom, especially if you have a family. You can't just get up and move into the woods. Only in Alaska can you start a homestead. Bro, I'm with you, man. I woke up when, my daughter was turning 3, right? So it's like, this is a conversation we can have. How do you find the balance of still being there, present, providing for your family? Let's assume that we're talking to people that have families. How to be present, provide for your family, and continue living in the slave world focused on slave coins because you're forced to provide for them, and at the same time you're slowly pulling away and slowly making decisions that are impacting like small habits, small things that you're doing consistently to make changes so you can become free, right? Like being able to have 100% control of your own water, food, shelter, and security. And it seems so simple, but how do you do it? I find myself like wrapped up in that challenge all the time. Like how do I focus 90% of my time on the indentured servitude and spend 10% of my time getting out of it? And is that even a possible feat? Like I literally went through a year ago and canceled Amazon, canceled Disney Plus, canceled Netflix, canceled all that stupid bullshit. And at the same time, Like the same people that run up in here and they're like, "Oh, you're monetized, so you're a piece of shit." Really? I'm sure you have a job, likely. Well, maybe not all the trolls, but I'm sure you have a job. I'm sure you get paid. I'm sure you have income. With that income, you make decisions on what you're going to contribute that income to, mostly like living necessities, right? That you don't control, that don't belong to you, that you are rented. You are rented water. You are rented food. Well, you know what I mean. You're rented property and shelter, even if you own it. You couldn't just go out and build a fucking house in the middle of a plot of land that you purchase. You got to get permits and soil tests and approval, and then once the structure is complete, then you got to go and you got to get an additional permit to be approved to actually reside within that resident. Like, it's crazy. There is no true freedom anymore. So let me go back. Blue collar work has always fed my family. We aren't rich, but we don't do without. If shit hit the fan happens, we will survive. Civil forfeiture equals cops take your money on traffic stops if you have enough money to raise suspicion, even when they don't have enough to charge you with a crime. Yeah, I've had some cops take money from me. I've had cops take a Glock 26 from me. Yeah, I don't blame him for what he did. I mean, if you truly thought, that's why I couldn't even get mad, like it was more so me being mad at myself, like, you know, that's why I'm sitting here saying like he's one of us, like, let him do his thing. They can use civil forfeiture laws to take your CCW gun if you look wrong to them too in some states. Man, I've heard some crazy shit before. Prime like Optimus. Not gonna lie, still have Prime. Hard to beat getting 5% back on purchases there. Bacon, I know, man. But you just have to make a decision on, like how much you feed the beast. And I know it sounds stupid as shit, like I canceled Disney Plus, I canceled Prime, but you know what? Like those are just small personal decisions that I made that I didn't want to contribute to the companies that are colluding with NGOs, that are colluding with the government, that are colluding with, like, it's, I think if you're rural enough, you can escape some of the bureaucratic hell. Yeah, I think that's true. And last year, I made the decision to get out of a very highly densely populated area and move to another location where, I'm kind of more in the cut. It's not rural, but it is not city. It's more suburban on a quiet street. And I got further out. I'm not where I want to be. I don't have land. I don't have the land that I want. I don't have enough land to homestead. But that's the purpose of being on a journey, right? So don't let your kids watch Disney. Yeah, bro, it's literally programming. So, going forward, I think it'll get easier in the rural areas. The cities will have to focus all their resources internally to continue, for sure. So let's break this down real quick. Going back to the Constitution, um, being necessary to the security of a free state, a well-regulated militia. Hold on. Let me make sure I read it correctly. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. Okay. So let's talk about not being infringed. So over 30,000 gun laws on the books, probably more by now, because that's probably an outdated number. And with what we're looking at right now, we're likely to have more firearm laws on the books on a federal level. Our current president cannot just, wipe an executive order across his desk and, ban firearms. It doesn't work like that. But if the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, we currently have over 30,000 gun laws on the books. We have pieces of polymer that are being classified as machine guns. Okay? Think about that. A piece of polymer, what you could do with a wooden dowel, or a belt loop, or just a steady finger and some recoil, is illegal. Well, and I know that there's new rulings on that, right? But I'm saying it happened, right? Even if that's changing. 1934, the National Firearms Act takes place, which regulates barrel length. It regulates short-barreled shotguns, short-barreled rifles, silencers. It regulates machine guns. It regulates. Now, granted, during that time, you had terrible things happening within, like, the crime of prohibition, but the reality is that, like, that, to my knowledge, was the first infringement. Everything prior to that was attempted infringements. So 1934, you start, and then this is the craziest shit. Okay, pencil and rubber bands. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. Stainless steel credit cards. Yeah, that's a fucking joke. I'm on that list too, bro. So I had to sanitize myself. Not that, I mean, I have nothing illegal in my homes, and I'm only a simple law-abiding citizen. But it's anyway. Here's the thing: with the National Firearms Act of 1934, they created one other category called AOW. And in AOW, like when I was working in the gun industry, it was like kind of a cool term. Like, oh, I just picked up this new AOW. Oh, what'd you get? Oh, I got a Serbu Super Shorty. Like, an AOW was just like a cool term until you stop and think that they created a category that stands for any other weapon. Any other weapon that they deem scary, too short, too large of a caliber, or too short with a rifled barrel, or less than 26 and a half inches, or whatever bullshit, like a secondary vertical grip. Like, come on, bro. It's crazy. And then you add the Gun Control Act of 1968. You add 4473s. You add, even just last year in Virginia, we're not allowed to do private transactions. When prior to that, like, that's how I got 90% of my firearms, was through private transactions. Totally legal, doing bill of sales just to be safe, because you got to protect yourself. And it's just crazy. And then you have the 10-year AWB from 94 to 04, an assault weapons ban, which literally has absolutely shown in that 10-year time period, not only did shootings not decrease, but violent crime increased. It is shown that not only is it ineffective, that violent crime is going to increase as the population increases anyway. Sorry, I've been ignoring chat. Let me go back. Not on purpose. California doesn't even belong as part of the union. Yeah, that's with an AT4 mounted to its back, ought to do it. No, just like-minded people. I'm glad I found this channel through CRS. Hell yeah, brother. Hey, new idea. When they finally ban all firearms, I say we simply get and arm bears. Yeah, TNT almost exactly mirrors the firearm legislation being attempted currently. Honestly, I'm down. By that I mean I'm I have everything I need. I'm I don't desire anything to happen, but if new legislation comes in, because here's the difference. In '94, when the assault weapons ban hit, they said you cannot have a firearm that possesses, I think, two or more, maybe even three or more. I can't recall exactly. But these features, they called a lot of guns out by name, like the Intratec DC-9, the Tech 9, um, a lot of that stupid shit. December 23rd, 1913, Federal Reserve was created. 1929 to 1933, Great Depression happens. 1934, gun laws go batty. Seems like a group of people were hard at work subverting our people. See, that's crazy. We were talking earlier, and we were having a conversation of like, that date seems fishy. I wonder what else was at work at that point that was, restricting. Like, hey, we're going to do some things that are completely going to control human behavior, and everything that you know that they hold dear. We should probably take away machine guns, explosives, because you used to be able to go to the hardware store and literally buy trinitrile toluene at the counter in the 30s, like the corner store. What's up, Lane?
Be able to order fully automatic machine guns from the Sears and Roebuck catalog
For
back in the day.
$50.
And I'm not even bullshitting. I literally just came back outside and just clicked on Dark Light Dugan and watched you know, immediately hop back in. And I heard Dark talking about guns that they're willing to ban or they want to ban. Uh, has an old school original Tech 9. It's single action. It's not full auto, but the barrel shroud and all that. And in the pamphlet, I'm not even bullshitting you, says the
Hold
pick
up, we
out. I
lost.
have no problem that gun
Hold on,
being
go back. We lost audio. You said in the pamphlet it says what?
number one gun used in crimes. The pamphlet, like they're proud of it. Now, also giving all y'all heads up, and this is like the scary looking version with like the 30 round magazine and the barrel shroud with the holes in it and all that. I heard Dark literally as soon as I hopped on talking about the Tech 9 saying that might be one of the ones getting banned. I have no problem with that. The reason why is I'd rather have criminals with a Tech 9 in their hand than an AR-15. And the reason why is a Tech 9
That
is
shit
a
don't work.
jam. It's a jam-o-matic, bro. It's a jam-o-matic.
Yeah, and I
And
was talking about the 1994 assault weapons ban, banned them by name.
that's where all the Kalashnikovs and all the foreign AKs and stuff like that we weren't able to import in the country. One of the reasons why we don't have a lot of G3s or FALs, which fuck any of y'all. I'm a big fan of the FAL. I know it's a heavy battle rifle, but that bitch is like a SEALs fuck MP5 and an AK had a baby and it was in 7.62 or yeah 7.62 NATO. That's what the FAL is, and those are like the then you have FAL, then you have M16 variants underneath it for like Middle East and war torn countries. Just giving y'all a heads up that FAL is an accurate motherfucker to 600 yards. You put a scope on it and you have a decent variety of it, that bitch is gonna fucking sounded pound all the way out there, and within a human-sized target.
Keep in mind too that these guns, so like, let's say the AK for an example, okay, and yeah, the audio keeps cutting out for some reason. It like just little like snippets. Can you hear me? Okay.
No, if I can hear you perfectly fine. Apparently, it's on my end. So if there's something that you guys can't hear, let me know and I'll give a quick clarification and I won't go into my deep dive. So I'm going to try to improve on myself right now.
You know what it may be? Do you have your AirPods in? What's it? It cut out. It's literally completely cutting out.
They are fully charged.
Whoa, dude, literally it picked up your audio the second you took them out. That's crazy.
You know how you've been having your AirPod issues?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed that until maybe like a week or two ago, and have noticed my AirPods are starting to act like yours, but they still hold the charge. They're just not connecting.
Just wait. Just wait. I pray that your AirPods do not take the route that I did, because guess what? I'm down to one now because I stepped on the right one the other day.
Oh, giving you heads up, AirPods are only supposed to last 2 years of consecutive use.
Yeah,
That
400 charges.
Yeah, that is the effective terminology for or 2 years of effective use being used multiple times during the day and recharging.
Yeah, definitely leave the pods out. Users 821 said that as well. You may get some choppiness here and there, but it'll be good. So what I was saying is that the thing to keep in mind is that like in 1947, the AK was born, right? This piston-driven system was created pre-1950. Okay, then in the 50s, and obviously we can't argue with that design that's 50s, 60s, 70, over 70 years old. And then in the 50s, the FAL was designed. It's like these guns were so far ahead of their time. A piston-driven design in 308. Yes, it's heavy as hell because it was made 70 years ago, right?
No. MBR, main battle rifle. Between an AR-15 and an MBR. MBR is a main battle rifle, meaning 30 cal or higher. So I understand what you're saying, Dark, but with the military interpretation behind it, the reason they didn't want to implement the AR, or it was 15, because Armalite wanted to bring the AR-10 to the military market, and with the AR-15, which was a civilian gun, a sporterized rifle, course, general, lieutenant, colonel, whatever, was like, yo, we'd like to see that opposed to like a 30 cal and have like full auto or burst function. And that's how the M16 came about.
Yeah, it was
In my
originally
personal opinion, the AR-15 is actually older than the M16. So when people say assault rifle, believe it or not, they built an assault rifle off of a civilian variant.
Kimball.
Nobody talks about that because that's a talking point, right?
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
was
look
just
at
saying
the.
that we have to honor the designs because these piston-driven systems. Now, granted, a lot of people say that the AR is a direct impingement gas system, which it kind of is. It's a hybrid between the two. It's really,
Other variation too with the AR platform.
yeah, there are true piston-driven ARs, but even the direct impingement system is very piston-like. But honoring these guns that were made 70 years ago, like long, like piston-driven system, no reciprocating charging handle, and 308 knocking people off of motorcycles 800 yards away. Like, that's crazy. And Kimball said, I don't know how an FAL could have a non-reciprocating charging handle 70 years ago, but the fucking SCAR can't. Stupid shit, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree.
Kimball, I hate the fucking SCAR. Just to be honest, and I know a lot of friends that are special ops or were issued those in certain duties of their love them until they
We're losing audio again.
the
Man.
recoil and cycling.
Sorry, man. I gotta tell you.
The SCAR or the SCAR 20 or the SCAR Heavy, whatever you want to say. I have a couple of friends that are still special ops and this and that, and they said, dude, they're fucking badass until they break my scope or my optic. And then after that, which typically they don't run, backup iron sights. They'll have a front sight post just to be able to make sure that their sight is looking accurate and true compared to the front sight post. But once they break it, and like we said with I forget the gentleman who's the air gunner, air gun rifles, you can have a fucking $4,000 scope on an air gun, Springer, a spring powered 22 air rifle, and you will actually break scope because of the way the harmonics are. Well, the SCAR, it has some fucked up harmonics to it, and it's known as a scope breaker. Just giving all y'all heads up. And the one thing that I do want to say is I think that's a great fucking gun for iron sights. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Or if they were to be able to build a very fucking robust optic for it, no problem. But the gun, it can't handle an optic and keep it alive from what I've seen. From the 17 to the 20 to the light to the heavy, you name it. So this is one of the things I want to say. But where it all comes down to, people want to say AK, AR, Galil, FAL, whatever it may be. It's not on those levels. You have to find something that works for you and something that you can actually prove is going to be reliable in your situation. I have a $120 red dot optic on my pellet gun that I know for a fact has been through thousands of torture tests through multiple people testing it out, and it still holds zero. We have no issue with that. I'm not saying you could throw it against a brick wall and it's going to hold up, but at the same time, as long as it's not being beaten against, it's going to do its damn job. But I still have my iron sights behind it to be able to make sure I can hit the target behind, whatever it may be. So I love y'all, gentlemen, and I'd love to talk about guns more and more and more. But when I heard Dark say something about the Tech 9, I have no issue them banning that and all the criminals getting Tech 9s because I don't have to worry about getting shot.
Or you only get shot once.
I can handle getting shot once. And with
No.
the gun, you put a hollow point in it, you're probably not even going to shoot off that first fucking round because it's going to jam.
Beware of a man holding a DC-9 or a Tech-9 in one hand with a mag of Full Metal Jackets and a can of WD-40 in the other.
Dude, if I see WD-40 in the other hand, I'm ducking and fucking hiding, man.
Yep.
I'm holding up innocent civilians in front of me as a Grandma, I'm sorry, I gotta get to my car.
Yeah. There's some people agreeing with you. The SCAR is terrible in optics. I haven't heard that. I guess every SCAR that I've had the joy of running had like an L can on it, or what the hell is that?
Hold on, let me take off chat so I can see what I'm showing the camera.
Was that a sweater? Oh, Tito's.
It
Well,
was my dog, bro.
at least it's not empty. If someone has WD-40 in their hand, it's probably Hank Hill.
If Hank is holding in dragon's breath, I'm scared.
I probably shouldn't put this out there, but if you fix the feed ramp issue, the Tech-9 runs like a Swiss watch. Totally true. Yeah, that's because the L can is fucking bomb-proof, Dark. I know, that's why I was kind of referring to that. The SCAR won't eat it because you could drop an L can out of a helicopter into a fire and it would hold 0. Hell yeah. And that's why that motherfucker's almost $3,000. Yeah, $3,000 rifle with a $3,000, dual prism optic on it. Yeah,
Hey,
my
Dark,
DC one's great with all ammo I put through it. What's up?
can you, because I know my audio is going in and out, I just put my AirPods away officially, and they were picking up in my lap a second ago. Can you ask anybody willing to take a drink with me right now? Because I'm going to be on here for like maybe another 3 to 5 minutes and then bounce out, and then I'm done for the night.
They can hear you.
Okay.
Anybody, you know what? Have you ever seen me take a drink?
I've never seen you take a drink, honestly. You've seen
Ever.
me take a lot of drinks on
You.
FaceTime and over the phone and this and that, but I've never seen you drink.
I'm worried about someone with a super soaker filled with LSD. Okay, so you guys get your drinks ready.
Please.
Get your drinks ready. I'll go get my scotch. Hang on for 1 second. I haven't taken a drink in a long time. I just don't drink.
Dark, shut the F up. Go get your scotch. I want to talk to Jay-Z right now.
All right.
Yo, Jay-Z, if you happen to have a super soaker filled with LSD, I am completely opposed to that. And if I knock on your door and you don't want me to solicit you and you spray me with your super soaker, ooh. I'm just effing with you. I have actually done like LSD way back in the day and shrooms back in the day, and I will say legitimately they can be used beneficially towards your psychological mind state and being able to get you to a point where you can understand and reconcile the things that you have issues with if used in the correct way. And I firmly believe psychedelics can be used in that way in a clinical setting. Have no issue with that whatsoever. When I did it, it was not legal, but I used it in a clinical setting type of mentality to be able to help deal with some of the things that I was dealing with in my head from my family, my past, and all these other effed up things that I was trying to improve upon and become better as a person instead of going down a deeper rabbit hole. If you're going to do hallucinogens, don't do it to, oh, I'm fucked up and I want to see shit. If that's your mentality, you're a fucking scumbag. If your mentality is, I'm going to try this out because I want to deep dive in my own psyche and try to understand and assimilate this information that I'm learning to be able to become a better person and learn from the things that I am comprehending, no problem. After you comprehend what you need to comprehend, enjoy the rest of the ride. Other than that, it's not a party thing.
All right, so we got two
No.
choices. I could do the Macallan 12-year, which is good. This is the double task. Or I could do the Macallan 15-year, which is like angel tears.
Do the 12. Do the 12.
Fuck that. I'm doing 15. This is literally like angel tears. Like it is the most beautiful thing that's touched my lips, aside from my wife.
Hey, well, just give you
You
heads
can
up.
tell.
Your bottle doesn't have a sweater.
I could fashion one out of Scotch Brite. All right, so we'll do a countdown, okay? And
Need everybody either to take a sip from water, a shot, or drink out of their beer, and we need multiple people because I know there's quite a few drinkers or smokers in this group.
how dare you, Matthew Telhart? Do you think I keep blended Scotch in my home? I only do single malt. This is like a fucking $200 bottle, or it's like $179 or something like that. This is back in my baller days, but.
See, I know exactly what you were saying about micro. Not gonna F with you on that. Believe it or not, a lot of the Silicon Valley multimillionaires and even people on Wall Street, they're microing, and guess what? They're getting a better edge on the competition by doing that, and they're not getting high. They're just stimulating their synapses. Kind of weird. Just saying. Whatever.
All right, let's just drink. All right.
No, hold on. I want to know who else is drinking.
All right. So if you're going to take a shot with the old dark and light over here, go ahead and post in the comments, and then we'll take one together. Oh, TM. Light is kind of quiet. Tell me that's being facetious. I learned early I'm not a drinker. I'm too difficult to control when I'm drunk. Well, don't get drunk. Just take a drink, man.
You guys have seen me drunk.
I was gonna ask, are you not drunk right now?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm literally creeping up on a buzz right now. Get me drunk. If you guys want to see my D, I'm gonna send it to you. I got a donkey in the back. I'll take you a picture of it. It's a beautiful gray donkey. You guys are gonna love it.
Yeah, don't send any donkeys to anyone. I'm on that triple side vomit potion.
My donkey pick. I'm not down with this new terminology.
Donkey big is an ass picture.
See, I'm not down with this new terminology. I have a donkey in my backyard, and I want to take a picture of my donkey. So some people,
Let's see.
like, I'm going to send you a D pic. They're like, oh, I don't want to see your penis. I'm like, no, it's my donkey. I don't want to see your ass. I'm like, I don't understand. I'm trying to show you my ass. I mean, my donkey.
Cheers, Fairchild. I know it's just like a recovering addict to say, well, I've never had a problem with alcohol, but I just don't have an issue drinking.
I was
I haven't
recovering alcoholic.
I haven't done opiates in a decade. Oh, snap. Mr. Telhart just sent me a bottle of the Rare Cask Macallan. Are we gonna drink the Macallan together, my friend? So Tim Payne mentioned something that drug usage is the behavior of a degenerate. Changed my mind. There's a whole prism to that. It's not typically. It's like, so for me, when I was using, your brain like changes chemically, neurologically, psychologically, like physically changes, and then typically for me becomes the degenerate behavior. I know that's not how everyone gets down. Some people are degenerates and become whatever. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. I know this went from a constitutional stream to a
Right. Dark.
drink institutional.
People said they want to take a drink with us.
A few. Some people said cheers. TM is drinking some vomit potion. He says triple sec.
All right. So we given enough time to be able to let everybody know. Let's take a drink together. You don't have to chug the fucking thing, but you can take a quick shot out of it or a swig.
I'm
Don't
just taking a sip. This Macallan 15 is too beautiful to. Addiction is an illness. Some people are degenerate with or without drugs. Absolutely. All right, let's do it. We'll do a little countdown. Cheers, brother.
cheers.
Cheers to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cheers, y'all. Ooh, damn, that shit's smooth, bro. How you gonna chase it with beer, bro?
That was Corona. I'm not a vodka fan. Giving y'all heads up.
Thanks for the heads up.
So, one thing I will say to everybody here, I was born a crack baby. My mom was a crackhead. I've dealt with a whole bunch of people around me with substance abuse, from alcohol to this and that. Me being in the Navy, I dealt with that my damn self, and I pulled myself out of that realm. The biggest addiction I have is nicotine or smoking cigarettes. I want to get past that. I want to move forward. It's really hard trying to do it by myself and not having an active support around me, which I think defeats the purpose of me trying to do it myself and trying to blame it on me not having a crutch to lean against or having an excuse to falling back on. So I need to figure out and pull up my big boy pants and walk away from fucking smoking cigarettes. But at the same time, gentlemen, thank y'all for having a drink with me and Dark. And it was pleasurable and I enjoyed it. And also, fuck all of y'all. I love y'all.
Well, that was sweet.
Y'all fucking enjoy out there. But at the same time, we're not trying to, yes, we want to be entertaining, but only entertaining to the people that are trying to learn knowledge and actually cultivate and do things. So, one thing that I haven't told Dark, which I'm going to bring up to all of y'all while I'm Dark, is hey, Dark, I would like to have an expose on our subscribers and seeing the things that they've done to actually benefit themselves.
Like prepare like what action. Okay. I think what he was saying is if you've actually taken what we're saying as actual information that you can apply, then we want to see it. So if you've, I know Tara Triplet, I think her name has been planting trees. I've seen a lot of people post they've been planting trees. They've been, building, raised bed gardens and, planting actual like edible plants and, rain catchers and water, like all sorts of shit like that, building water stills. And like I would love to set something like that up and then bring people on stream to do like an interview with a guest that's actually taking action on some of this shit. That would be awesome. I guess he doesn't check my Instagram. I do. And I would love to have you back on and have you go through some of the shit that you've been doing. Like, it's crazy. I saw what you were doing with the snow. I saw you were doing with the shrooms. I saw all that. I would love to bring you back on to do that. LSD helps. Microdose to get off any drug. It takes your ego and fear away. Yeah, that's one thing I've never done. Never done LSD. Like I said, I got some years on you. All right, no more fighting. I do agree with some of the things that Apache is saying, though, that that anything can be bad. It's not just drugs. And we don't need to get into all that, but you all right, bud?
Yeah, dude. My phone's on 1%. I just put the charger back onto it, and it's not really taken too well. So the one thing I want to say is I want to have a Q&A night where you put out that special phone number or email address for people to come on in, and we spend 5 minutes at a time with multiple different people on the stream, like an open call on what they're actually doing for self-sufficiency and independence. Because
Oh yeah,
that same feeling as Dugan does, where I don't want you to take this as entertainment. I have no problem you being entertained and us entertaining you, but I want to be able to have a message passed out to be able to help you. And if you're not doing for yourself, or if you don't see a way to be able to do for yourself, you need to ask and you need to be able to reach out, and we will connect you with anybody that we may know to be able to help you get started on some type of independence and self-sufficiency. So, I would like to do that also. Just giving you all heads up.
hell yeah. Well,
My
when you
barely even working is going 1%, 2% back to 1% right now. So love all y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I need to try to get this damn thing working because I gave my wife my good freaking iPhone charger. This shit is acting haywire. So love all y'all. Have a great night. Dark, give me a
brother.
after the stream, and I'll let you know if me and you can chat. All right.
All right, cool. All right, brother.
All right. Love you, man. For real.
Love you too, brother.
Love all y'all out there too. For real. Please be safe, and we just want y'all to be able to actually move forward and do things so you can help out other people around you. If you can't help yourself, you can't help other people. It is what it is. That's my favorite saying nowadays.
Oh yeah. Thanks, brother. Bro, LSD is for mind control. The benefits are side effect. Please stop telling people to try it. If they come to that conclusion, great. If not, yeah, let's not tell people to do drugs. That's a good idea, Matt. Thank you. Yeah. Just my little 2 cents. Let's not tell people to do anything at all, right? Like, we're in the situation that we're in now is because people are telling us what to do. Let's give information and allow people to come to their own conclusions. And I forgot how good 15-year-old scotch is. Good God. 15-year-old scotch, and then probably another few years because, I don't drink like that. One more for the homies. If y'all want to get a drink up with me, there you go. This stream is brought to you by 15-year-old Macallan. One of the smoothest sippers out there. The angel tears just bead right on down. Peace out, TM. Peace out, brother. All right, so we're done with that. And let's not gang up on anyone either, right? It's all love. It's all love. All right, so what we were talking about was the fact that the Second Amendment, for example, is literally, it says not to be infringed. The intention at that point was for the people to be armed with the same exact type of weapons that the military had. Because if tyranny were to be a true threat, then the people, the militia, should have the same capabilities to, arm themselves just the exact same to the exact same level as the military. That's all. I'm addicted to doing push-ups in my kitchen and shopping for gear. You also said that you run drills in your house naked with a plate carrier with strobe lights on, blasting techno music or something like that. I heard that. Huh. Old Holton. Okay. I'll look it up. Never heard of that. Our addictions are way more expensive. I don't know, bro. I don't know. A lot of you guys know, my my road. 15-year-old too old for bud. The old child sniffer. But by the way, I think this is hilarious. If you guys ever see Johnny B, you see that he never calls the president by his name. He only calls him the child sniffer, which is hilarious. Kills me every single time. Only calls him the child sniffer. Bro, I'm addicted to building too. But what's helped a lot is I used to have to buy everything right away. And I would end up spending way too much money. I would end up getting shit that was available as opposed to, shit that I actually wanted. And I started doing builds differently. Now, right now, with kind of the temperature of things, I don't blame you for jumping in to get just whatever you can get. But in addition to, I'm not saying like he's my idol or anything. He's just another entertainment option on YouTube. I'm addicted to builds too. But here's the other thing that I'm focusing on right now. I'm focusing on Commander and Thief. You could have as many builds as you want. You could have as many complete units as you want. And we're actually going to do a video on this. Handsome Joe is coming back from his hiatus exclusively just to do a video on this. And I don't want to give anything away because that's going to be a damn good video. But you may have every single complete unit that you want or need, but do you have extra spring kits? Do you have extra bolt carrier groups? Do you have all the tools necessary? Like if you didn't build your unit, if you did not complete it yourself, if you didn't torque the upper together, like do you have the tools needed to work on it? So as opposed to jumping into doing another build, it may be better for you to builder grade tools, right? For you to get fucking bolt carrier groups, what do they call them? Like the Oops kits from CMMG. Just a few extra lower parts kits, right? And as you go through, I'm not going to grab them. As you go through, and do these builds, you'll start to get takeoffs. And as you get extra barrels, right, you're going to blow barrels at extra. Okay, this is perhaps the most important thing that we really haven't talked about. Extra gas tubes. The part on your rifle that is designed to heat up to freaking neon orange and explode and then preserve the rest of your gun on an AR-15 is the gas tube. Yep, Apache, you just nailed it. Definitely extra gas tubes and the ability and the knowledge and experience of installing a new gas tube. Because if you nuke a gas tube, which if you're blowing through, usually I've seen it go from anywhere from 700 to 1,000 rounds in one sitting. Now, the likelihood of you actually having to go through 700 to 1,000 rounds in one sitting, I don't know. That may be accurate, maybe not. But your barrel is likely going to be good. Your bolt carrier group is likely going to be good. Your upper, your lower, your trigger pack, your everything is likely going to be perfectly fine. What's not going to be good is your gas tube is going to look like, like a banana peel. And it's going to be like drooped down and sagging. Just have at least 4 complete uppers worth of spare parts and 1 or 2 do everything or die trying rifles. Yeah, you gotta have your like go-to like hard ass setups that are 100% like they run, and when they get dirty, you just crank the piston to the other setting and run another 1,000 rounds through it. Fuck it, it's on the registry. My SIG 10.5 inch 5.56. I think it's actually 10 inch, but it's the similar to the 5.51, 5.52 series rifles. They came out with the 5.22. It's like the Swiss style side folding stock piston driven system, and it's literally like if an AK, an AR, and an MP5 had a baby, and it was in 5.56, this is exactly what it would be in. You could literally blow 1,000 rounds of steel with a can on it, and it would fail. And then all you do is you could try to crank the piston to roll it over to the next setting, and it probably won't work because of all the carbon fouling. So what you do is you pop out a 5.56 round or a casing, stick it in the hole, and crank it like a lever to the other setting and run another 1,000 rounds through it. Like, yeah, 10.5. I got a few 10.5s, 10.3. Those are the go-to for, especially if you're running a can. Like, I could not, when I was initially shopping for a can, I was on an employee program. So I got the, again, it's on the registry, so fuck it, I don't care if I talk about it. What's up, Joe Morris? I got an AAC SDN6. The quick detach suppressor uses the 51 tooth setup. And that thing is 100% solid steel. It's a tank. I was originally looking at, because I was a Gemtech fanboy because of my pistol can. I got a Gemtech multi-mount 9mm. That thing is a beast, full auto rated as well. It's like, that thing's nasty. I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds through that shit. Probably close to 10,000 rounds just through the can alone. I don't care if 11.5 is better. I'll get back to it. I mean, we covered a few. What I would like to do is actually have an episode like 100% on the Constitution. But there's been so many fucking interruptions, and we're at the 2-hour mark, so I'm probably going to say skirt and actually do a whole constitutional episode, and then from there do like Q&As after or whatever. But the old Gemtech, they made a few different yeah, exactly. the old Gemtech mounts, basically for a 5.56 can, was it has a mount system on it with like an L-shaped hole in it, so you can rock it over an A2 birdcage flash hider and then pull it forward and then tighten the can around it. So you didn't even need a threaded barrel. Like, it was set up to where you could put it on anything with an A2 flash hider. And I was really attracted to that until I held it in my hands on a 16-inch gun on a loaded mag. And I was like, fuck rocking this 30-inch barrel AR. So I got the AAC STN6, and I got the 30 cal can, so I can run it on, AKs. You have to use an adapter, right? So you rock set a 14x1 left-hand thread adapter, let that cure for 24 hours, and then you rock set the 51 tooth connector on it, let that cure for 24 hours, and then you can run your can on it, provided that the bore is concentric with the rifling and the threading, because AKs are known to be off center and all that shit. One of the new laws they're trying to pass is to make a public registry for all firearms. The only purpose I can think of is when they finally pull the plug on semi-autos, your neighbors will turn you in. Yeah. Y'all seen that old vid Dugan did on AR-15 setup? That is what inspired me to get the short barrel. Hell yeah. You talking about the one that's like Skittles? Get that semi-automatic shit the fuck out of my face, because we're running full motherfucking automatic. Oh man, I miss that shit. You can't go door to door otherwise. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's why. Okay, so look, and I've said this before. Any guessing what Dark's battery power is at? Damn, hey, you're not too far away. I'm at 12%. I'm about to cut it though, guys, honestly, but I'll throw a little bit of other value in here. Here's the deal. Going door to door is not scalable. It is almost completely impossible. Okay? I mean, think about it. Like, you literally, you cannot take them out of existence, period. Just with ARs and AKs alone, you have 16 to 20 million reported, okay, that we know exists. And with all the developments in home builds over the last like 5 years, bro, you're probably looking at 25, 30 million, where law enforcement firearms make up about 1 million firearms within the United States. So the likelihood of them actually going door to door is almost zero. So let's just start with that. Secondly, it's not scalable, even with the military. They're not going to go door to door. They're not going to go door to door. That's the stupidest thing that they could do, ever. They're going to be way more nefarious, way more malicious. Look at what they did with our current society, okay? They have literally taken things that they wanted to legislate to control, and since they couldn't legislate it, what they did is create a society that believes it and believes in it, right? How many people wear a mask? That's my point. They created a society that wears masks, just as they can create a society that frowns upon or turns in people that are known firearm owners. It's not going to be them just going door to door. They will put out a bench warrant on your ass. So when you're driving to work, you get pulled over, whoop, you get handcuffed, gone. You won't be able to fight to that knock on the door. Like these people that think like, oh, I'm going to get that knock on the door and then it's going to be rock and roll time. No, it's not. You're going to be jaywalking on a Sunday afternoon and get pulled in and arrested, carrying your 380. And I'm not advocating fighting law enforcement. I have nothing but love and support for law enforcement, and all the people that call me a bootlicker and the suck off the blue thin line. Like I don't give a fuck. My thing is that the likelihood of them actually saying, okay, guns are illegal, go door to door, is just highly unlikely. Is it possible? Sure. And then they're going to learn really fucking quickly that it is a bad idea. That's all I'm saying. I know that's what my point was. They'll go to a door, publicize the hell out of it, and get people to turn them in out of fear. That's what I'm saying. They're going to use society against military-age males, likely white, not necessarily, but right now, white military-age males that are armed and that are likely to be rebellious are the ones that are being targeted. They could have done that at Waco. The reality is that when they knock on the wrong door and learn a very valuable lesson and run into shit that they just had absolutely no idea that they could ever stumble across, they'll look at doing things a little bit differently. Now, again, I'm not advocating, like, if you know, there's no way to make a positive spin on this. I do not advocate any violence against anyone, period. Period. The only time that you should use violence is if you are in the act of saving your own life against potential death or grievous bodily harm or dismemberment, etc. That's all. Yeah. They're going to create the issues. They're going to create the MSM fluff and the bullshit where people are running around, you know. Think of it like this. We talked about the art students, right? No one stopped to think like maybe the art students just wanted to see the DEA panic so they can see what they do, who they call, who they talk to, what actions they take, what their SOP is, right? All of a sudden, if things like that happen, then you see all these guys running around, driving around, burying shit in the woods and, you know, renting storage units and blah, blah, blah. It's, you know, yeah. Well, all I know is that I am a caring, loving, law-abiding cis, and I encourage you guys to be the same and do the same. Care about people, love people, contribute to people, and be as fucking dangerous as you possibly can. So the purpose of this is to not have to fight. The purpose of this is to be so far away from their manipulation because it's deeper than we could even begin to discuss. They're going to take your water. They're going to take your food. They're going to take your shelter. They're going to take your security. Then what will you do? Be forced to be walking in the machine. Be forced to be walking in the beast. So, the purpose of this, the purpose of everything that we've ever done on this channel is to not have to fight. The purpose of it is to have your own independence, your own place that you can homestead and build something. So you can have your own water, your own shelter, your own food, and your own security. And be so far away from it that you won't have to worry about it. I don't think anyone's talking about fearing death. Everyone's got their line. right? And if you've had the conversation with yourself and your family, and actually gone to your family and said, "Hey, just wanted to let you know that this is my line, and if these things occur, that I'm ready to contribute my life to this. That's how much I believe in it." Tell people they need to understand your level of commitment, but do not let them pull the wool over your eyes, because some shit will pop off and they're going to say, "Now's the time to fight." And there's going to be a bunch of LARPers running around with plate carriers and their brand new ARs that haven't had a round fired out of it. And all that's going to be gear that you fucking scavenge. I gotta go. I know this is kind of an odd stream. I really wanted to focus on the Constitution. I know we took a few turns, but hopefully this was valuable to at least some of you guys. They already have Cyrillus. After a certain point of being far out of the way and not bothering anyone, that government comes and bothers you with tanks. I know. You just got to stay awake and realize where you are at every moment. And again, not advocating any violence at all. And at the same time, if you have a line and you know the line, draw the line, and that's it. And know that it's going to be different for every potential situation. And that all we hear constantly is people talking about false flags. Bro, trust me, there's going to be something that will be your line. And it will not be real. The purpose of it will be to wipe you and people like you out. When the water gets turned off, when the food gets turned off, when your cell phone gets turned off, when your house is not available to you, when, whatever. Like right now, we're looking at the possibility of having, vaccine ID cards. Like, think about that. I don't want to think about that. Yeah, man, for sure. Every war since before the Civil War started with a false flag. Yep. Yep. And there was an executive order last year that came out that said, what won't happen? Dude, they literally replaced all of the switches on every single power plant in the United States with remote switches. Why would they do that? Through an executive order, nonetheless, under Trump's administration. I heard the government is going to force large corporations to force the vaccine passport on their people. Yep, heard that too. It's literally the first thing that politicians and bankers do when they need a good war. The best economy is a wartime economy, while we've been fighting endless wars in the desert for 30 years. Yep. It's a mindfuck, man, and this is where the whole black pill conversation comes in. The war people give War people give in. They won't run out the door, guns blazing, ready to go. I don't know. I think the problem is that a lot of them will. When you look at people like us, a lot of them will. And it will be their demise. And it will weaken the ability for this country to fight back against tyranny. I mean, think about it. It's okay. It's okay. We don't need to get into it now. And I just hit 5% battery. I'll say it like this. The only way that you can truly experience freedom is to continue on the same journey that we talk about, making sure that you have your own water that you are in control of, making sure that you have your own food that you are in control of, making sure that you, or in as much control as possible. Because obviously with rainwater and crops, you're going to be limited to some things. Making sure that you have shelter and making sure that you have security. If those things can be used against you, which I would argue that likely almost every single person in chat, including me, are at the whim of someone else. They can turn my water off today. I don't know. It's all good. We will continue to read through this document together. We'll learn more together. We'll discuss and mastermind together. And I hope today was at least, valuable to you guys to some degree. Black pill my ass, the world will go feudal when shit hit the fan. It'll be nuts for a while. Then it'll be the way it was supposed to be anyway. This is a good thing. It could be. I hope so. I just hope you don't get eaten by cannibals with sharp teeth. If you've seen The Road. So that's the other thing. There's freedom in Christ. I don't mean 501c3 church, but spending time with your Creator. Yeah. Work on your relationship with God, whoever your God is. Okay? And just like Goy said, not just some, 501c3 church, like an actual relationship with your God. Dodging the cannibals is the tough part. Dang cannibals. I know. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, there's some things I want to say, and I also don't want to say at the same time, because there's always an element of risk. Yep, they can. That's why I kind of stopped and said, okay, like, in control of your food as much as possible, in control of your water as much as possible, because of course there's ways that, let's call it, people can manipulate your shit. Yeah, This Is the End is hilarious. It shows you how people change. And there's this dude. Well, it doesn't matter. One of the things someone that I saw said was, if you want to become a better person, take shit away from yourself. Live with less. Become a better person by living in gratitude, right? live with less, give away material shit, and just focus on those things: water, food, shelter, security. Okay? That's it. It gives them less opportunities to fuck with you. That's all. Doesn't make you bulletproof. Glad to see you're at 1.12, Dart. Yep, we are moving forward. We are advancing. And it's likely that, people come in and they're like, oh, let's see what this channel's about. And I wonder if they have a review on a Glock 19. And then they see a stream like this and they're either like, oh my God, these guys are crazy. And then just watch for a little bit. And then they're like, oh, I see. It's like that moment where it's like, holy shit, I'm not in control of my life. I'm not in control of the most important things that sustain me and my family. I'm being tricked to work for 10, 12 hours a day or more so I can think that I'm working on the things that sustain my family, which just gives them more control. Sorry, another knowing is half the battle. An indoor greenhouse runoff of a series of ground batteries. Check out Mr. Teslonian if you're interested in more self-sustaining energy stuff. Nice, that's what's up. 40 cal brass chambers and 44 mag rifling. Yes, lead filled first. Hold on. 40 cal brass chambers and 44 magnum rifling. Yes, lead filled first. Hold on. So you're saying 40 cal brass casings fire through 44 magnum rifling if you lead fill them? I want to make sure I understand you. Nice. That's what's up. Hey, casings will mess some stuff up. All right, that's my cue. I love y'all. Be safe. Be dangerous. Keep your shit tight. Get in the pod. Eat the bugs. Wear your mask and wash your thumbs. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.